Near the end of this video, I point out this overlap here. And if I zoom in, you can see, and you can actually see the white stroke. I also mentioned at the beginning when I swapped out the black and white that there's a white stroke around these on the background. So how do we fix that? And with all things, there's multiple ways to approach it and achieve the result you want. The little sleight of hand that you do before presenting, including, look at this. This isn't even centered. If I save this and put it on my journal, and I was a student, and then the teacher would look at it and say, how come this kid doesn't care about presentation? It's not even centered. And what's this white space out here for? Is this any way to present this circular object? So I jumped into Illustrator and I did a few things. Number one, I centered this object on the artboard. Number two, I changed the size of the artboard. Now the artboard is a square, it's the same height and width in order to frame a circular object that is the same height and width, only, smaller than the artboard itself. Then, how did I handle that center point, the overlap? And I think you can see the overlap's still there. There's a circle that I dropped in. And that circle has a registration. Remember the reference point I talked about? Set the reference point. I set that reference point to the center so that I could adjust to the size of the circle. And you can adjust once it's selected and I locked the height and width. All you got to do is just click anywhere to activate one of the two. And then I can hit the up arrow and watch the number will change over here to 590. And watch, I'm pointing with my finger. That's not going to help. Watch this circle change. If I hit the up arrow, the circle gets slightly larger. And then look over here, 591. Now watch over here, I'm hit the down arrow twice. So I settled at 589. And I centered this circle on this object. And notice that when I select this object, I grouped everything so that when I selected both objects, I could center both of them. But I didn't want the large circular array to move, so I clicked one extra time on it to make it the key object. And see, it says align to key object. This won't move, this circle will move. I'll prove it to you by clicking away and deselecting, and I'll move that circle over here. Select everything once again, make this the key object, and now when I center it, only that circle moves. The key object stays where it is. So those are some of the tricks I've already shown you about changing the artboard and centering things, and one solution to how do I fix that ugly part of this really cool circular array. Presentation matters. And I want you guys to start thinking about that when you turn in your work.